Socrates, one of the most celebrated philosophers in history, famously declared that the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. This statement has been the subject of much interpretation and discussion, and has come to represent one of Socrates' most important philosophical teachings. At the core of Socrates' philosophy is the concept of the examined life. He believed that in order to live a fulfilling and meaningful life, individuals must continually question their beliefs and assumptions, and must be willing to acknowledge their own ignorance and uncertainty. Socrates saw ignorance as the greatest obstacle to true wisdom, and believed that the only way to overcome it was through a process of questioning and self-examination. Socrates' statement, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing," reflects his belief that true wisdom requires a recognition of one's own limitations and fallibility. He believed that individuals must be willing to admit their own ignorance and recognize the limits of their knowledge to make progress towards greater wisdom. Socrates' belief in the importance of self-awareness and self-examination is reflected in his method of inquiry, which has come to be known as the Socratic method. This method involves a process of questioning and dialogue in which Socrates seeks to draw out the beliefs and assumptions of his interlocutors and expose any inconsistencies or contradictions in their arguments. Through this process of questioning and examination, Socrates seeks to help individuals arrive at a deeper understanding of the truth and overcome their ignorance. The Socratic method is not simply a matter of asking questions. It is intended to be both rigorous and penetrating, exposing the underlying assumptions and beliefs that inform the interlocutor's arguments. This process of inquiry can be uncomfortable and challenging, as individuals are forced to confront their ignorance and reevaluate their beliefs. Socrates' statement, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing," can be understood as a call to humility and self-awareness. He believed that individuals must acknowledge their limitations and recognize that there is always more to learn. By recognizing one's own ignorance, individuals can open themselves up to new perspectives and ideas, and can continue to grow and develop throughout their lives. Socrates' belief in the importance of self-awareness and self-examination has had a profound influence on Western philosophy and has been a central tenet of many philosophical traditions. The idea that true wisdom requires a recognition of one's own ignorance has been embraced by thinkers such as Descartes, Kant, and Nietzsche, and has been a guiding principle of many philosophical schools, including existentialism and phenomenology. Socrates' statement has also been the subject of much interpretation and debate. Some scholars have argued that Socrates' statement is not meant to be taken literally, but rather as a rhetorical device intended to provoke thought and discussion. Others have suggested that the statement is meant to be taken in a more nuanced way, as a recognition that knowledge is always provisional and subject to revision. Regardless of how one interprets Socrates' statement, it is clear that his philosophy emphasizes the importance of self-awareness, self-examination, and humility. By recognizing our own limitations and acknowledging our own ignorance, we can become more open-minded and receptive to new ideas and perspectives, and can continue to grow and develop throughout our lives. Socrates' philosophy also emphasizes the importance of dialogue and questioning as a means of arriving at the truth. By engaging in rigorous and penetrating questioning, we can expose the underlying assumptions and beliefs that inform our own arguments and arrive at a deeper understanding of the world around us. In conclusion, Socrates' statement, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing," reflects his belief in the importance of humility and self-awareness in the pursuit of wisdom. Socrates believed that true wisdom requires a recognition of one's own limitations and fallibility.